Okay, thank you, Martin. So for the remainder of time, I'm going to cover some of the additional topics that I have to share. Remember today, followed by stock picks and stock review, and of course some of the stocks from last week as well. Okay, so I just get out my slide first. Okay, so for today's special topics I'm going to share with members that market stages. What is means by accumulation? Of course, accumulation sometimes referring to stage 1. I do have some questions from members this week. I think from Jessica is that TLC chart, right? TLC charts. So I think TLC charts forming a very nice accumulation, and it just break up after 4 o'clock on Monday. Okay, so I remember that currently forming a very nice breakout stocks going into stage 2. So for today bonus section, I'm going to share with you how you're going to look at accumulations and how you're going to trade based on support resistance in the accumulation stage. So first of all, what is accumulation? Accumulation phase start when smart money usually enter the positions. Okay, price move during the accumulation phase are slow. So there's a reason why you can see a lot of narrow spread bar with low volume during the accumulation. The accumulation phase often fall in the end of the downtrend, where ordinary investor believe there's more bearishness are likely, or the overall outlook is pessimistic. Okay, which means coming down from the stage 4. Usually on the stage 4 you can see high volumes, then after that move sideways with low volume, which means smart money is start reaccumulating backs, okay, on the accumulation stage. But the weekend holder are still thinking that these stocks are probably still in bearish, so they want to stay away of it. But in fact, smart money is starting to accumulating on a very low volume. Okay, and for smart money, however, it can be a good point to enter when markets at a low, so they can buy at a cheaper price. At the same time, this doesn't mean that the trader should try to pick bottom during the bear market. That's what makes trading during the accumulation is so difficult. So there's a reason why during the accumulation level I tend to look for several signals. It depends on your strategy as well. If you are looking to trade on the beginning of stage 2, you can always use the PTS strategy like I share usually on our weekly webinar. Is that look for the line change, break through the resistance on the accumulations level. If not, you try to trade on spring, NS or test on the support level. So I will show you also few charts. What is the opportunity that you have, when trading on this accumulations level. Of course, if members you have any stock for me to review, do comment below on this Facebook live. Currently, I think I have around 7 stocks. I will try to cover as much as I can. Okay, so this is some example of how accumulation stage look like. Okay, usually it will move sideways. Okay, averagely on the very narrow bar. Okay, narrow spread bar. Okay, narrow spread bar on low volume. Okay, you can see a lot of low volume and narrow spread bar. So just two things that always I look at is that, of course, the resistance, support, and during support level I tend to look for SOS, and resistance I will be cautious if I see any SOW. Okay, so if you want to trade based on spring and as test, I always members is that during the accumulations, try to look at the support level. Like for example, I can see test, confirm test, by following the next day is line change, right? So I can see another test again, confirm test. Okay, another test again, very near to support, and of course this is a nice one, spring, and confirms after that later few days. Okay, so few things that you should be careful on resistance is that sometimes smart money tend to test. Okay, sometimes smart money try to test resistance to break up higher, but if there's a sellers coming in, you can see there's this down bar, and then volume is still pretty high, then they'll tend to close back up at going back to support to flush out the weekend holder. Okay, this is the flush. Okay, this is the flush, this is the test T. Okay, so sometimes they have a false breakout, so there's a reason why I tend to like to have a confirmed line change. I think I hope Jessica you're still watching, right? You asked me about TLC last week, and then I replied say that I prefer to break above the resistance, okay, with higher volume. Okay, so that's what I mean. You see, this is the bar that breaks above with higher volume. Supposing this will be a very nice breakups, okay, 18 line change, right? But you can see the following days it closed below, and the subsequent days is closed back to this resistance level. So do remember that a few weeks ago I do mention about spring signals. Sometimes it happens over 2 bars, okay, and uptrust also, it does happen in 2 days, okay, 2 days. So if let's say you combine these 2 bars, right, you combine this 2 bars, you can form an uptrust. Okay, this is the uptrust for me, okay, with a high volume as well. So which means that this market is not ready yet, still moving sideways to flush out more weekend holders. Okay, do let me know if you got any questions by comment below, so I can try to answer as much as I can. Okay, so another patterns that I use for my case study for today, of course also in these accumulations. Okay, again, market moves sideways. Okay, volumes tend to be very low, which is nice. Okay, sometimes when during the accumulation volume is high, which means the market is not ready yet. Because there's a small seller, you can see it here, right? Down bar, okay, probably I just erase this. A huge down bar and higher volume, okay, which means that seller still in this markets, okay, it's not ready yet. We want to look at a very narrow, very low volume and narrow spread bar like over here, okay, which means smart money have flushed out most of the vacant holders, and stock is tend to really move out higher. So we can see here we got first test, second, third, this is the 4th time, and the 5th times it finally break up higher, okay, with higher volume as well. So again, here is the false breakout, okay, here is the line change, but as you can see here, volume is not that great. Okay, we want the volume is higher than this high, this high, this high as well. Okay, volume is not that high, and then the next day it closed back up lower. Okay, which means this is the false breakout. Okay, probably there's still seller, and then finally a quality breakout with higher volume. Okay, so okay, for remainder of time, I'm going to go through our last week's topics, and this week's topic of course followed by stock review. Okay, for last week, so for the first stock that I have for last week is PIE 095. Okay, for these stocks last week on 21st of November, we pick it up based on line change. Okay, this is line change. This is the line change, confirm LC, and then we enter here, right? So this is a bar that last week I do remember that I mentioned that okay, this is the resistance, right? This is resistance. I prefer the price to stay above this line, okay, to ensure that it's still above the support level, it's not below this resistance level. But as you can see, price unable to break up this uptrust. Okay, sorry, let me erase this. Unable to break this uptrust, okay, which means there's still sellers over here and price close lower. So for me, if let's say you are enter for this trade, follow the ATR stop loss. Once you hit your ATR, you might want to exit, because I can see there's still seller here as price unable to break up this uptrust. Okay. For the second stocks that we have is Unisem. I personally like Unisem because it's forming a very classic patterns. Okay. So I hope some of members that attended our 2-day course before or 1-day course, right, they can identify these patterns, a very nice one. Again, I pick it up based on this line change, and then subsequently price just move sideways on a very narrow spread bar. Okay, this is a narrow spread bar, and in fact today we have 7 narrow bars already, and volume is getting lower and lower, which is nice. So this type of patterns, okay, in we call it cluster of cluster of closes. Okay, so these patterns definitely is very classic and nice one. Okay, which means currently smart money is trying to testing the supply. Okay, if the volume is lower, you can see volume is getting lower, which means seller is been removed in this market and ready for another breakout. Okay, currently offering a very low risk trade. You can place your stop loss just below this narrow bar, okay, 1 or 2 pips narrow bar, and the reward is great. Okay, for me, I personally like Unisem. This pattern is still nice. Okay, so the next stocks that I have is from Hong Kong, Harbin Electric. Okay, against this pattern also is from accumulations, a bit similar like TLC, I can say. Okay, so here is the accumulation phase, accumulation stage. Okay, you can see price moving sideways over here, moving sideways. Okay, this is the first test on resistance. Okay, second, and finally breakout on this line change. Right, price stay above. Okay, unlike the previous example that I showed, it closed up lower, but this one is still above this new support level. Okay, so if you enter for this trade based on 18-19 strategy, I will hold it. Okay, currently I don't see any weakness. I will still hold and run for this trade. Okay, lastly, from last week I have this from Nasdaq, BCRX. Okay, against very similar patterns. Okay, very similar patterns. This is from the accumulations. Okay, accumulations. Let me zoom in. Okay, this is the, I can say this is a false breakout. Okay, breakout and then it didn't close up higher. Okay, this is the first test. Okay, I have a second test here and then third. Okay, no demands come in, and then finally breakups with higher volume. Okay, higher volume here. So this is the PTS, pushing through supply, and then a very nice quality breakout. Okay, so we have a uptrust now. Okay, bar closing lower. Okay, bar closing lower. If I do advise some members to take some partial profit due to the volatility in these markets, right? So take some partial profit, but definitely I can see there's strength coming in. It yet to hit your ATL stop loss and yet to turn to bearish hit zone. So I will take some partial profit and let my others 1/3 or 1/2 to run. Okay, so I've covered the stocks from last week. So for this week, I do select few stocks as well. Okay, here's the 5 stocks that I select: M-Bank, TLC, Synergy, iFast, Youfu, and China LNG from Hong Kong. Okay, first M-Bank. Okay, again, I always look at the background of these stocks. Okay, the background is that I can see this is the resistance. Okay, resistance. Okay, accumulations here. This is a nice accumulation, and this is the, some stocks do have this. Okay, this is not what we call a flush area. Okay, smart money tend like to flush weekend holders out of this market before they push up again at this support level. Okay, so now price break above and staying above this new support level. Okay, which is nice. A lot of sign of strength currently. I can see one line change for you, but today we got test on low volume as well. So there's a reason why we picked up this M-Bank for today. And TLC, these are stocks that one of member Jessica asked me, okay, on Monday. Okay, yeah, here's some of the annotation also. Okay, so this is the one that what I like about TLC now is that, okay, this gap down have formed a very strong resistance level. Okay, resistance level, and I can see this is the first test and second test. On this second test, I noticed this on Monday morning. Okay, probably I will switch to hourly charts. Okay, on Monday morning around, I think I replied to Jessica around 9:10 a.m. Okay, so at that time, price still testing the resistance on a low volume, but towards the end of the day, 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, price finally break up higher. You can see on hourly chart we have line change. Okay, we have line change breaking above resistance with higher volume. Okay, so a quality line change followed by the next day. Okay, bar stay above. Okay, a narrow spread bar, up bar, and today we have higher volumes coming in. Okay, higher volumes. Okay, and also currently is still in the up bar. So there's a reason why I pick up TLC, coming up from the accumulations to the beginning of stage 2. Okay, offering a very low risk trade to trade on the beginning of stage 2 after the accumulations. Okay, next one I have is from Singapore IFAS. Okay, I pick up IFAS is because due to the NS. Okay, NS. So here again, I can see there's the support resistance over here. Okay, okay, sorry about that. Okay, so I can see there's one NS, confirm NS. Okay, near the support. Okay, do you remember just now I mentioned about how I'm going to trade on accumulations? I look for on accumulation on support level. I tend to look for spring, test, NS. Okay, so here currently very near to support, which I like about it, and offering me a very low risk trade. Okay, and my potential reward is here. Okay, so roughly 1/2. Okay, the second stock for Singapore, Fuyu F13. Okay, a bit similar like TLC as well. Okay, on my left hand side here, I got a stage 4. Okay, weakness, right? Okay, but now turning to stage 1. Stage 1 accumulation. And what I like about this is that Fuyu, it breaks above with a very nice line change. Okay, and then price for today also stay above, okay, this new support level. Okay, which means currently it might pull back a little bit, because I do see this is a very widespread bar. Around this bar itself is around 5%. Okay, sometimes it do pull back a bit, and members can use the pullback strategy to trade for these stocks. Fuyu Singapore. Lastly, from Hong Kong, China LNG. Okay, again similar pattern like Fuyu and TLC as well. Okay, on the left hand side, on the background, we have a very weak background, stage 4, but this is better actually, because you have been going accumulations. I think this is from since April until now, 7 months. Okay, 7 months. So a very nice breakup as well with higher volume. This is a breakout and then followed by high volume. Okay, so again, if you pay attention to accumulation level, usually you can find spring. Okay, spring near the support. Okay, again, okay, if I switch over here, you can also find spring. Okay, SP, even line change. Okay, near the support level. So this is some of the trade that you can do if you are looking at our spring screener, NS screeners. Look for accumulations and then trade on the support level to have a lower risk. Okay, do check us the spring screener as well. Sometimes I find it very useful, especially when you are trading in the accumulation level. So I think I do cover last week's topic and this week's topic as well. So for the remainder of my time, I'm going to go through some of the stock review for members. Okay, currently I have 7. So if you got any, do comment on this Facebook live below. I will try to cover as much as I can. Okay, I think I have 4 stocks from Joseph today. Okay, Joseph, I think this one is still in accumulation, and now I find I have I saw this weakness, so I tend to stay out. Okay, avoid for these trades. Okay, no doubt this is a high volume. Okay, I see this high volume line change, but this line change, the spread is not that wide, and followed by the next day I have uptrust on resistance. Okay, and then now price just narrow and becomes on lower volume. So I want it to break up higher with higher volume before I trade. Or if you are looking to exit, probably I will take some partial profit. If you are trading on this support level springs, I will take some partial profit over here. Okay, because it hit the resistance and forming a weakness. Okay, so it shows that they are still selling in these markets. Okay, next one is kumpulan perangsang 5843. Okay, nice patterns, but just that the accumulation is slightly shorter. Okay, so I have around months of accumulations. Okay, accumulation, this is stage 4. Okay, this is stage 4. This is stage 1 accumulations. Okay, price break up higher. Okay, this is the PTS, but look at the volume, it's not that high yet. Okay, but no doubt the zone is turning to green, and recently we have this confirm NS. Okay, confirm NS. For me, I would trade on shorter terms, probably the 5-day. Remember that's the trainings from Martin previously. Trade on 5 days on NS trade. If these trades didn't work out, just cut, or you can switch to hourly charts. Okay, hourly charts, no signal also. Okay, so probably I use NS strategy. Okay, this will my entry will be here. Entry. And I'm just gonna to place my stop loss just below this NS. So no doubt currently offering a very low risk trade. Okay, but don't hold for long term because the weakness, the background is still very weak. Okay, the next that I have is UCREST from KSC as well. Okay, this one is still in accumulations, but what I like about this is that I do see there is a flush area by the smart money. Okay, this is supposedly to be the accumulations, right? And this is the area that smart money flush out the wick holders. Okay, okay, and then followed by a nice line change with high volume, and price just move sideways back to this accumulations level. Okay, currently we have a spring. Okay, we have a spring, confirm spring. So again, I can say that this spring bar offering a very nice opportunity for you to trade on accumulations, a very low risk trade. Okay, make sure you cut below this support or just below the NS bar. Okay, sorry, spring bar. Okay, the next I have is Media Prima. Well, Media Prima overall still in stage 4. Okay, overall still in stage 4. I will try to avoid, okay, of course try to avoid comparing to Muda, KPS, UCREST. I think these three, the pattern is nicer compared to Media Prima. So I don't know whether Joseph, you are looking for entry or exit. Okay, if for entry, definitely we got spring, and this is a fail spring. This is a fail spring, price didn't close up higher, and this spring also fail spring because price didn't close up higher. So no entry yet at the moment. Okay, next I have is Nishin from Alif. Okay, personally I like Nishin as well. Okay, we have reaccumulations here after the markup stage. Okay, so this is the markup stage, and then we have the reaccumulations over here. Again, during the accumulation, sometimes I like this type of patterns. Okay, this is the flush, okay, by smart money. Okay, smart money, we just try to mark the price down, remove all the supply. Okay, remove the supply and then close back up, and then move sideways again in this reaccumulation level. So again, look for sign of strength near the supports, currently offering very low risk trades. Okay, the last stocks to review I have is also from Alif JF Tax. Okay, this is the last stocks that I have. If any members still have any stocks for me to review, okay, looking at the background, we have stage 4 over here. Stage 1 accumulations, and then we have a PTS bar breakout, and then now forming another reaccumulations. Okay, so let me zoom in here. Personally, I like Nishin more. Okay, reason why is that, okay, here is currently is the reaccumulations level. The reason why is that these two uptrusts come with high volume. Okay, come with high volume, and this is lower but still very high. Okay, so I need a very good line change, okay, with higher volume to break above to continue on this stage 2. Okay, so currently didn't offer any much edge for me, no doubt forming a spring, but I still like to test very near the support level to give me a better edge or risk to reward ratio. Okay, I got a questions from Chiu. Okay, CS Chiu, what is the flush by smart money? Okay, so flush by smart money means that there's a period where smart money try to remove the seller. Okay, like for example spring. Okay, probably I use one chart. Okay, let me go back to Nishin. Okay, this is Nishin. Spring flush out basically means that smart money tend to mark down the price, and then all these weekend holders will feel fear in this market because price just going to bearish markets, right? So on this bottom, smart money will buy back, okay, and markups. So this is the flush area where they are removing all these weekend holders. Okay, so this is what we call flush. Spring is an example of flush also. This is spring. Okay, it drops, sometimes the tails will drop below the support level, and then towards the end of the day it closes back up higher. Okay, which means they are removing all this supply or weekend holder in this market. So this is what we call flush by the smart money. Okay, so if there's no any questions, probably I will just end our Facebook live today. Okay, welcome Chiu. Okay, so I think I don't have any questions from members, so probably we just close for today's section, and we'll see you again next week. Okay, thank you.